You see this? You were supposed to hear me talking here. This is supposed to be like a cool on-location introduction to a video. But after driving 4 hours to visit my family and my friends, I left my microphone at my parents' house, and the audio sounded like this.
The building behind me is the Cargill Pool Grain Elevator. It was built in the early 1920s here in South Buffalo.
So here we go anyway. You see that building behind me? That's the Cargill Pool Grain Elevator. It's definitely a pretty cool looking building with a sort of post-apocalyptic appeal. But beyond that, outside my family, friends, and my cat, I've probably taken more photos of that building than anything else. Why is that? What is it about this rusted out industrial building in South Buffalo that I find so appealing? I've thought about it before, and the answer that I come up with each time is that building, that place, that city, these things are my landscape. What do I mean by that? Let's talk about it. 2 winters ago, my dad and I took a trip to Arizona. We visited family in Phoenix, then drove north to Sedona, then the Grand Canyon. I took innumerable photos that week. As we passed from incredible location to incredible location, I tried my best to capture the staggering views in photographs, but each and every one was disappointing. I was struck by how difficult the enormity and beauty of these places was to recreate in a photograph, struck by how completely the experience overshadowed the image. When I look back at the body of my photographic work, these images barely resonate. And yet the landscapes that they document are some of the most beautiful places I have ever been. How can this be? How could I look back at my catalog of images and prefer photographs of grain elevators and abandoned gas stations to the sprawling vistas of the American Southwest? At its best, photography is both documentary and transformative. Yes, photographs capture the image as it exists, but they also skew it slightly. At its worst, this slight disruption renders the incredible ordinary, but at its best, it creates something new. Look at the work of someone like Mitch Dobrowner. He takes storms and southwestern landscapes and shapes them into postcards from hell or Venus or somewhere totally unrecognizable. The potential of photography is to both record a moment and to mutate that moment into something entirely new, to freeze an image in time, but to also make something unique. You are recording and you are creating. The 1959 opening of the St. Lawrence Seaway left the Cargill Pool Grain Elevator obsolete, and it was subsequently abandoned and left to decay. In some ways, it mirrors the history of my hometown, and in these images I feel a sort of intimacy and a connection that I wouldn't have with a place like Yosemite or Yellowstone. I know this place enough to try and find something new. It's a landscape I understand and feel, and in that way, it's sort of mine. The best landscape photographers take things that they know and find ways to draw out what makes them special. They pull a kind of profundity from the ordinary. On the last day of our trip to Arizona, I hiked down the Kaibab Trail alone before dawn and set up my large format camera at Ua Point. What I captured was a photograph that thousands, if not millions of other people had captured before. But there, in the cold morning air alone, as the sun rose over the edge of the canyon, that place belonged to me. The photograph I got might not remotely equal that moment, but it has just a hint of that intimacy and that ownership. And that is, at least to me, what makes photography worth doing. As always, guys, thank you for watching. So what is your landscape? Please let me know down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, there's going to be little things popping up around to kind of give you an idea of what we do here. Hopefully you find something you like. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, of course. I want to send a very special thank you out to my newest Patreon patron. That's Nicholas Cheek. Thank you so much, man. You guys make this sort of thing possible. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in about a week. Have a good one, guys.